God be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. There is a simple prayer with which all receiving begins, that God be merciful to me and bless me. I ask for blessing not by my own merit, but by His mercy. And I ask that His face shine upon me. When the face of God shines upon someone, everything changes. His favor descends like light from heaven. That is why today I open my heart to receive. And I pray, be merciful and bless me. There is a simple prayer where receiving begins, that God be merciful to me, my soul in you wins. God be merciful and bless, let His face shine upon me, not by merit but by grace, my soul in you is His decree. When your face shines upon someone, all things change. Your favor descends like light, my soul to you in range. God be merciful and bless us, let His face shine upon me. I open my heart to receive, my soul in you returns to Thee. Not by merit but by grace, your favor descends from heaven. God be merciful and bless us, my life in you is my leaven. That your way may be known upon earth, your saving health among all nations. The blessing I receive is not only for me, but that others may know God. The psalmist asks to be blessed with a greater purpose, that by his blessing the nations may know the way of God. That is why receiving the blessing of God makes me a channel, one through whom others come to see the salvation of the Lord. Because the soul that receives the mercy and favor of God does not hoard them only for itself, but becomes a display of His goodness, so that by the blessing that descended upon it the nations may know the way of God. Let the nations be glad and sing, for you shall judge the people justly. Let the peoples praise you, O God. My soul in you holds me closely. The earth shall yield her increase. God, even our own God, shall bless us. God shall bless us, and let them fear. My soul in you confess us. God be merciful and bless us, let His face shine upon me. I open my heart to receive, my soul in you returns to Thee. Not by merit but by grace, your favor descends from heaven. God be merciful and bless us, my life in you is my leaven. The earth shall yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. Receiving the blessing of God includes seeing fruit in my daily life. The psalm joins the blessing of God with the earth that yields its increase. When God blesses, life becomes fertile and fruitful. That is why receiving His blessing today is not something abstract, but something seen in concrete fruit that He causes to grow. Because the soul that receives the blessing of God's heaven sees how its ground, its work, and its days bear fruit. Since the same God who makes His face to shine also makes the earth yield its increase and blesses with concrete things the one who opens his hands to receive. God be merciful and bless us today.
God be merciful and bless us. Let His face shine upon me.
I open my heart to receive. My soul in you returns to Thee. Not by merit, but by grace, your favor descends from heaven. God be merciful and bless us. My life in you is my leaven.
The Lord has been mindful of us. He will bless us. He will bless the house of Israel. Sometimes I feel that God has forgotten me, that my name was lost among so many others. But the psalmist declares the opposite. The Lord has been mindful of us. And from that remembrance springs a promise. He will bless us. The blessing I hope to receive today is born of something sure. God has not forgotten me. He holds me in mind. That is why I trust, because the Lord has been mindful of us.
Sometimes I feel that God has forgotten me, oh God. But the psalmist declares, my soul in you is your rock.
The Lord has been mindful of us, and He will bless us.
From that remembrance a promise, my soul in you confesses. The blessing I hope today is born of something sure. God holds me in His mind, my soul to you is my cure.
And therefore He will bless us.
He has not forgotten, He remembers. My soul in you will rest us. Today's blessing is born of God holding me in mind. The Lord has been mindful of us. My life in you I find.
He will bless them that fear the Lord, both small and great. The blessing God remembers reaches the small and the great alike. The psalm makes clear that God blesses not only the important. He blesses those who fear Him, whether small or great. That is why receiving the blessing of God does not depend on my size or my position, but on fearing Him, and that is within reach of anyone, because the soul that fears God, however small it feels, is included in the promise of blessing. Since the Lord, who was mindful of his own, blesses alike the small and the great, and no one who fears him falls outside of his favor. The Lord shall increase you more and more, you and your children. The blessing I receive today does not stop with me, but increases for my children. The song promises a blessing that grows and extends to the next generation. That is why receiving the blessing of God today is sowing for tomorrow. For what the Lord pours out upon me also reaches my own. Because the soul that receives the blessing of the God who remembered it does not receive it only for its own day, but as an inheritance that God will increase and extend upon its children, so that the blessing of today becomes blessing for those who come after. The Lord has been mindful of us today.
The Lord has been mindful of us, and therefore He will bless us. He has not forgotten, He remembers. My soul in you will rest us. Today's blessing is born of God holding me in mind. The Lord has been mindful of us. My life in you I find.
For you shall eat the labor of your hands. Happy shall you be, and it shall be well with you. There is a blessing I sometimes fail to recognize as such: to eat the fruit of my own work. It is no small thing to be able to enjoy what my hands have made. It is a blessing God gives that many do not reach. When I eat the bread I earned, when I enjoy what I cultivated, I am receiving a concrete blessing from heaven. That is why today I give thanks for the everyday, for I shall eat the fruit of my labor.
There is a blessing I fail to see as such, O God, to eat the fruit of my hands. My soul in you is your right. When you eat the labor of your hands, happy shall you be to enjoy what I cultivated. My soul in you is free. It is no small thing to enjoy what my hands have made. Concrete blessing from heaven, my soul to you it laid. You shall eat the fruit of your labor, happy shall you be. My soul in you finds glee. The everyday is a blessing, the bread my hands have earned. You shall eat the fruit of your labor. My life in you I've learned.
Blessed is everyone that fears the Lord, that walks in his ways. The blessing of enjoying one's work springs from fearing God and walking in his ways. The psalm joins enjoying the fruit with a life that fears God. The blessing accompanies the one who walks in his ways. That is why receiving the fruit of my labor as blessing is joined to living near God. For the well-being he gives flourishes in the life that fears him, because the soul that fears the Lord and walks in his ways receives the enjoyment of its work as a gift, since the same God who blesses the fruit of the hands grants it to the one who walks in his ways, so that fearing him and eating in peace go together.
Your wife shall be as a fruitful vine, bearing fruit in your house. Your children like olive plants, my soul in you is my spouse. Behold, thus shall the man be blessed, the man that fears the Lord. The Lord shall bless you out of Zion, my soul in you is restored. You shall eat the fruit of your labor, happy shall you be. I enjoy what God has given, my soul in you finds glee. The everyday is a blessing, the bread my hands have earned. You shall eat the fruit of your labor, my life in you I've learned.
The Lord shall bless you out of Zion, and you shall see the good of Jerusalem all the days of your life. Today's blessing extends to seeing good all the days of my life. The psalm promises not a single good day, but to see good continually. The blessing of God accompanies all the days of the one who fears him. That is why receiving the fruit of my labor today is part of a long blessing, renewed each day of my life under the care of God, because the soul that receives the blessing of the Lord out of Zion does not enjoy it only today, but sees the good of God all the days of its life, since the favor that blessed it this day will keep blessing it in everyone that comes. You shall eat the fruit of your labor today.
You shall eat the fruit of your labor, happy shall you be. I enjoy what God has given, my soul in you finds glee. The everyday is a blessing, the bread my hands have earned. You shall eat the fruit of your labor, my life in you I've learned.
I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. This is a promise of God about what I need each day. I will abundantly bless her provision. He does not say I will barely sustain it, but bless it in abundance. And he promises to satisfy with bread even the poorest. When I receive my daily bread, I receive this promise fulfilled. God does not only provide, but blesses that provision.
That is why today I open my hands in trust, for you bless my provision with abundance.
This is a promise of God about what I need. He will bless my provision, my soul in you I heed. I will abundantly bless your provision, says God. I will satisfy her poor with bread. My soul in you is your rod. Not only provide, but bless with abundance. Oh Lord, I open my hands in trust. My soul to you is your cord. I will abundantly bless his provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. Not only provide, but bless my soul in you is fed. When I receive today's bread, I receive your promise fulfilled. I will abundantly bless his provision. My life in you is filled.
For the Lord has chosen Zion. He has desired it for his habitation. The abundant provision springs from a God who wished to dwell among his own. The promise to satisfy with bread is born because God chose to dwell among his people. His provision flows from his near presence. That is why receiving the provision of God is receiving the care of the one who wished to dwell among us. For the God who dwells near does not leave without bread those he cares for. Because the soul that receives the abundant provision of God knows it comes from a God who chose to be present. Since the same Lord, who wished to make his dwelling among his own, does not leave them hungry, but blesses their bread and satisfies their poor from his nearness.
This is my rest forever. Here will I dwell, for I have desired it. I will clothe her priests with salvation. My soul in you I sit.
Her saints shall shout aloud for joy. There I will make the horn to bud. I have ordained a lamp for my anointed.
My soul in you is my flood. I will abundantly bless his provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. Not only provide, but bless in you is fed. When I receive today's bread, I receive your promise fulfilled. I will abundantly bless His provision. My life in you is filled.
I will satisfy her poor with bread. The provision of God reaches especially the most needy. The promise does not say I will satisfy the rich, but her poor. The heart of God leans toward the one who is least. That is why receiving the provision of God does not require me to come full, but to acknowledge myself needy, for it is the poor He promises to satisfy. Because the soul that draws near to God, acknowledging its poverty, is exactly the one He promises to satisfy with bread. Since the abundant provision of the Lord is not reserved for those who already have, but satisfies with bread her poor, and receives with favor the one who comes with empty hands. I will abundantly bless His provision today.
I will abundantly bless His provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. Not only provide, but bless my soul. In you I heal. I will abundantly bless His provision. I will satisfy her poor.
And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth his fruit in his season. The psalmist describes the blessed life with a beautiful image: a tree planted by the rivers of water. That tree does not wither in the drought, for its roots drink from the stream. It brings forth its fruit in season, and its leaf does not fall. This is how God wants my life to be under His heaven, rooted in Him, receiving from His stream, bearing fruit. That is why today I sink my roots into God, to be like a tree by the river.
The psalmist describes the life that is blessed, O God. A tree by the waters, my soul in you is your rock. Like a tree by the river that brings fruit in season, it does not wither in drought. My soul in you is my reason. Its roots drink from the stream, its leaf shall never fall. Rooted in you I receive, my soul to you
Is my all.
I will be like a tree by the river that brings forth fruit in its season. Rooted in you I receive, my soul in you is my reason. I do not wither in the drought, for I drink from your stream. I will be like a tree by the river, my life in you is my dream.
Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly,
but his delight is in the law of the Lord. The fruitful tree grows from the one who delights in the word of God. The psalm describes first the man whose delight is the law of the Lord. From that root springs the image of the tree by the water. That is why receiving the blessing of a fruitful life begins in what I feed my soul, in delighting in the word of God instead of following the counsel of the ungodly. Because the soul that sinks its roots in the word of God is the one that bears fruit in season. Since the stream from which the blessed tree drinks is the law of the Lord, and the one who delights in it day and night does not cease to flourish.
In the law of the Lord is his delight, and in it he meditates day and night. Whatever he does shall prosper. My soul in you is my light. Not so the ungodly who are like the chaff the wind drives away. They shall not stand in the judgment. My soul in you will stay. I will be like a tree by the river that brings forth fruit in its season. Rooted in you I receive. My soul in you is my reason. I do not wither in the drought, for I drink from your stream. I will be like a tree by the river. My life in you is my dream.
His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he does shall prosper. The blessing of the tree includes a constancy that does not wither. The leaf of the tree by the river does not fall even in dry times. Its greenness depends not on the weather, but on the stream that sustains it. That is why receiving the blessing of God is receiving a stability that does not wither. A life that stays green even when all around dries up. Because the soul planted by the stream of God does not lose its greenness in the hard seasons. Since its roots do not drink from the rain of circumstances, but from a river that never dries up, and so its leaf does not fall, and what it does prospers. I will be like a tree by the river today.
I will be like a tree by the river that brings forth fruit in its season. Rooted in you I receive. My soul in you is my reason. I do not wither in the drought, for I drink from your stream. I will be like a tree by the river. My life in you is my dream.
Oh, how great is your goodness, which you have laid up for them that fear you, which you have wrought for them that trust in you. The psalmist discovers something astonishing. God has goodness laid up. He does not only give goodness in the moment, but has reserves of it, stored up for those who fear him, wrought for those who trust in him. There are blessings God already has set apart with my name, waiting for the moment to be poured out over my life. That is why today I wait with confidence, for how great is the goodness you have laid up.
The psalmist discovers something astonishing, oh God. You have goodness laid up, my soul in you is your rod. How great is your goodness laid up for them that fear, wrought for them that trust, my soul in you is near. There are blessings set apart with my name, O Lord, waiting to be poured out. My soul to you is your chord. How great is your goodness laid up for them that fear you, O God, wrought for them that trust, my soul in you is your rod. There are blessings set apart, waiting for their moment. How great is your goodness laid up. My life in you is my ferment.
You shall hide them in the secret of your presence from the pride of man. The goodness laid up comes joined with a hiding place in His presence. God not only stores up goodness for His own, but hides them themselves. He hides them in His presence from the pride of men. That is why receiving the laid up goodness of God is also receiving His protection. Being hidden in His presence as in a safe refuge, because the soul that awaits the reserved goodness of God not only receives gifts from His hand, but is itself kept in the secret of His presence, hidden from evil and from tongues, while it awaits that there be poured out upon it the goodness God laid up for it.
Blessed be the Lord, for He has shown me His marvelous kindness. In a strong city He set me, my soul in you is my fitness. Oh, love the Lord, all you His saints. The Lord preserves the faithful. Be of good courage, all you that hope. My soul in you is grateful. How great is your goodness laid up for them that fear you, O God, wrought for them that trust, my soul in you is your rod. There are blessings set apart, waiting for their moment. How great is your goodness laid up. My life in you is my ferment.
Be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart, all you that hope in the Lord. The goodness laid up encourages me to wait with a strengthened heart. The psalm ends calling those who hope in the Lord to be of good courage. Knowing there is reserved goodness gives strength to keep waiting.
That is why receiving the laid-up goodness of God is not always immediate. Sometimes there is waiting. But that waiting has a courageous heart, because the soul that knows God keeps goodness for it, does not lose heart in the delay, but takes courage, strengthening its heart, knowing that what God has laid up for those who fear Him will not be lost, but will arrive in its time.
How great
is your goodness laid up
today.
How great is your goodness laid up for them that fear you, O God. Wrought for them that trust, my soul in you is your rock. There are blessings set apart, waiting for their moment. How great is your goodness laid up. My life in you is my ferment.
For you meet him with the blessings of goodness. You set a crown of pure gold on his head. There is something moving in this verse. God comes to meet me. He does not wait for me to arrive exhausted to ask. He runs ahead. He comes toward me with the blessings of goodness. Many blessings reach my life before I even ask for them. For God goes ahead, meeting me on the way with His goodness. That is why today I do not draw near to a God who must be begged, but to one who meets me on the way with blessings.
There is something moving here. God comes to meet me. He waits not for me to arrive. My soul in you sets me free. You meet me with blessings of goodness, O God, a crown of gold on my head. My soul in you is your rock. Many reach my life before I even ask. You go ahead with goodness, my soul to you is my task. You meet me with blessings of goodness before I ask. You go ahead with goodness, my soul in you is my task. You must not be begged, you run ahead to bless. You meet me with blessings, my life in you I confess.
You have given him his heart's desire, and have not withheld the request of his lips. The God who meets me grants the desires of the heart. He not only runs ahead with blessings, but hears and answers what I ask. He does not withhold the request of my lips. That is why receiving the blessing of God is receiving from an attentive God, who both runs ahead to bless and answers what I ask of him. Because the soul that draws near to the God who meets it discovers that he grants the desires of its heart. Since the same God who goes ahead with blessings of goodness also hears the request of its lips
and does not withhold it, but fulfills it. He asked life of you and you gave it, length of days forever. His glory is great in your salvation. My soul in you will never sever.
Honor and majesty you have laid on him. You have blessed him forever. You made him glad with your presence. My soul in you is your treasure. You meet me with blessings of goodness before I ask. You go ahead with goodness. My soul in you is my task. You must not be begged. You run ahead to bless. You meet me with blessings. My life in you I confess.
You have made him most blessed forever. You have made him glad with your countenance. The blessings with which God meets me are forever. They are no passing stroke of luck. They are blessings set forever, and gladness that comes from his presence. That is why receiving the blessing of God is receiving something lasting. A gladness that depends not on circumstances, but on his face. Because the soul whom God meets with blessings does not receive a favor that fades, but blessings set forever, and a gladness that springs from being in his presence, filling it with joy that no bad day can take away.
You meet me with blessings today. You meet me with blessings of goodness before I ask. You go ahead with goodness. My soul in you is my task. You must not be begged. You run ahead to bless. You meet me with blessings. My life in you I confess.
For you, Lord, will bless the righteous. With favor will you compass him as with a shield. The psalmist uses a powerful image for the favor of God. A shield that surrounds completely. It is not a favor that covers only the front and leaves the rest exposed. It is a favor that wraps around on every side like a shield all around. That is why, when I receive the favor of God, I receive total protection. Nothing can reach me without passing first through his favor. Today, I live surrounded by that shield. For with favor, you surround me completely.
The psalmist uses an image, powerful, O God. Your favor like a shield. My soul in you is your rod. With favor you surround me as a shield. You will bless.
the righteous. It covers not only the front.
My soul in you is righteous.
It wraps me on every side like a shield all around. Nothing reaches without passing.
My soul to you is found.
With favor you surround me as a shield.
You will bless the righteous, oh God. You wrap me on every side.
My soul in you is your rod. Nothing reaches me without passing first through your favor. With favor you surround me as a shield. My life in you I savor.
Let all those that put their trust in you rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy because you defend them. The favor that surrounds me as a shield produces joy and shouts of gladness. The psalm joins the protection of God with the joy of those who trust in Him. The one who knows himself defended by God sings for joy. That is why receiving the favor of God as a shield not only protects me, but fills my heart with gladness, for I know He defends me. Because the soul that knows itself surrounded by the favor of God does not live fearful, but joyful, since the same favor that covers it like a shield gives it reason to shout for joy, knowing that it is defended forever. As for me, in the abundance of your mercy, I will come into your house. I will worship toward your holy temple. My soul in you is my spouse.
Lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness. Make your way straight before me. Let those that love you rejoice in you. My soul in you is my decree. With favor you surround me as a shield. You will bless the righteous, O God. You wrap me on every side. My soul in you is your rod. Nothing reaches me without passing first through your favor. With favor you surround me as a shield. My life in you I savor.
For you, Lord, will bless the righteous. The favor that surrounds me is for the righteous, made righteous by God. The psalm says God blesses the righteous and surrounds him with favor. Not by a righteousness I achieve alone, but by the one He gives. That is why receiving the favor of God as a shield calls me to live in righteousness, seeking to walk according to Him, who is the one who makes me righteous. Because the soul that receives the favor of God that surrounds the righteous does not take it for granted, but longs to live in uprightness, grateful that the same God who blesses it and surrounds it with favor also upholds it to walk in righteousness.
With favor you surround me
as a shield today.
With favor you surround me
righteous, oh God. You wrap me on every side. My soul in you is your rod. With favor you surround me as a shield. You will bless the righteous, oh God. You wrap me on every side. My soul in you is your rod. With favor you surround me as a shield. You will bless the righteous. Your favor like a shield. My soul in you is your rod. The shield that surrounds completely. It is not a favor that covers only the front and leaves the rest exposed. It is a favor that wraps around on every side.
Blessed is the man whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the ways of them. The psalmist calls, blessed the one who finds his strength in God. Not the one strong in himself, but the one who leans his strength on the Lord. This is a blessing I receive each day, strength that is not mine, but comes from leaning on the one who never grows weary. When my strength runs out, his is only just beginning. That is why today I lean not on myself, but in you I find my strength.
The psalmist calls him blessed who finds strength in you, not the one strong in himself. My soul in you holds true. Blessed is the one whose strength is in you, O God, in whose heart are your ways. My soul in you is your rod. Strength that is not mine, but comes from you. When mine runs out, my soul to you holds true. Blessed is the one whose strength is in you, in whose heart are your ways. I lean not on myself, my soul in you always. When my strength runs out, yours is only beginning. Blessed is the one whose strength is in you, my life in you is winning.
Who passing through the valley of weeping make it a well. The rain also fills the pools. The strength I receive from God transforms even the valleys of weeping. The psalm says those whose strength is in God pass through the valley of weeping and make it a well, a place of springs. That is why receiving the strength of God does not mean avoiding the hard valleys, but passing through them, transforming them, drawing water from the affliction. Because the soul whose strength is in God does not stay dry in the valley of weeping, but crosses it and makes it a well, so that even its places of pain become springs for the strength it receives from God makes water spring up where there was weeping. They go from strength to strength. Every one of them appears before God in Zion. The strength I receive from God grows instead of running out. The psalm describes those whose strength is in God, going from strength to strength. Their strength does not diminish along the way, but increases. That is why receiving the strength of God is receiving a strength that renews, that instead of being spent goes on growing until it reaches His presence. Because the soul whose strength is in God does not end its journey exhausted, but goes from strength to strength, with more strength at the end than at the start, until at last it appears before God in Zion, strengthened by the one on whom it leaned.
Blessed is the one
Whose
strength is in you.
today.
Blessed is the one whose strength is in you, in whose heart are your ways. I lean not on myself, my soul in you always. When my strength runs out, yours is only beginning. Blessed is the one whose strength is in you, my life in you is winning.
Blessed is the man that fears the Lord, that delights greatly in His commandments. The psalm describes the blessed life and its root, to fear the Lord and to delight in His commandments. It is not a fear that terrifies, but a reverence that loves. It does not obey by force, but delights in what God commands. From that root springs a long list of blessings to receive. That is why today I cultivate that fear that loves. For blessed is the one who fears the Lord.
The psalm describes the life that is blessed and its root. To fear the Lord and delight, my soul in you bears fruit. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord, O God. In His commandments He delights, my soul in you is your right. Not a fear that terrifies, but reverence that loves. It obeys not by force, my soul to you from above. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord and delights in His commands. From that root springs blessing, my soul in you understands. Not a fear that terrifies, but reverence that loves. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord, my life in you from above.
His seed shall be mighty upon earth. The generation of the upright shall be blessed. The blessing of the one who fears God reaches his descendants. The psalm promises that the children of the one who fears God shall be mighty, and that the generation of the upright shall be blessed. That is why receiving the blessing of fearing God does not end in me, but is poured out over those who come after me. Because the soul that fears the Lord and delights in His commandments leaves an inheritance of blessing to its descendants. Since the blessing of the one who fears God is not used up in his life, but flourishes in his children, making the generation of the upright a blessed generation.
riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Light rises in the darkness, my soul in you will never sever. A good man shows favor and lends. He guides his affairs with discretion. Surely he shall not be moved. My soul in you is my profession. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord and delights in his commands. From that root springs blessing. My soul in you understands. Not a fear that terrifies, but reverence that loves. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord. My life in you from above.
His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. The blessing of fearing God gives a heart fixed before bad news. The one who fears God does not live afraid of what may come. His heart is fixed, established in trust in the Lord. That is why receiving the blessing of fearing God includes receiving stability. A heart that does not collapse before the dreaded news. Because the soul that fears the Lord and trusts in Him does not tremble at every bad report, but keeps its heart fixed, trusting in the Lord, knowing that the same God, whom it fears and loves, will not let it fall when the evil tidings come. Blessed is the one
Blessed is the one who fears the Lord and delights in his commands. From that root springs blessing. My soul in you understands. Not a fear that terrifies, but reverence that loves. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord. My life in you from above.
Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Of all blessings, the psalmist puts first one I do not always value: to be forgiven. He does not begin the list of blessings with riches or health, but with this: blessed is he whose sin is forgiven and covered. Carrying guilt is a burden no other blessing relieves. That is why forgiveness is the blessing that opens the door to all the rest. That is why today I receive, before anything, the blessing of being forgiven.
Of all the blessings the psalmist puts first, not riches nor health, my soul in you is my thirst. Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven and covered. Carrying guilt is a burden, my soul in you is recovered. Forgiveness opens the door to all the rest. Blessed is the forgiven My soul to you is blessed. Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven, and his transgression covered. The blessing that opens all, my soul in you is recovered. Carrying guilt is a burden that no other can relieve. Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven. My life in you I receive.
Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputes not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. The blessing of forgiveness comes with a sincere spirit before God. The psalm joins forgiveness with a spirit without guile. Receiving forgiveness passes through ceasing to hide and confessing sincerely. That is why receiving the blessing of forgiveness begins with honesty before God, with ceasing to pretend and bringing my sin into his light. Because the soul that receives the forgiveness of God is the one that does not hide its guilt, but comes before him with a spirit without guile, and in confessing sincerely receives the blessing of the one to whom God imputes no iniquity.
When I kept silence, my bones waxed old. Day and night, your hand was heavy. I acknowledge my sin, I hid it not. My soul in you is ready. You are my hiding place. You preserve me from trouble. With songs of deliverance you surround me. I will instruct you and teach you the way. My soul in you found me. Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven, and his transgression covered. The blessing that opens all, my soul in you is recovered. Carrying guilt is a burden that no other can relieve. Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven. My life in you I receive.
With songs of deliverance you surround me. The blessing of forgiveness surrounds me with songs of deliverance. The one who is forgiven is not only relieved, but surrounded with songs. God wraps the forgiven in deliverance that gives one the urge to sing. That is why receiving the forgiveness of God is not only the lifting of a weight, but receiving a joy that surrounds and becomes song. Because the soul that has received the blessing of being forgiven no longer lives downcast by its guilt, but surrounded by songs of deliverance. For the same God who covered its sin now wraps it in a joy that makes it sing free. Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven today.
Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven, and his my soul in you is recovered. Carrying guilt is a burden that no other can relieve. Blessed is he whose sin is forgiven. My life in you I receive.
Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yeah, happy is that people whose God is the Lord. The psalmist repeats the word happy, but corrects where it points. At first it seems happiness is in having things, full barns, cattle, peace. But at the end he says something deeper. Truly happy is the people whose God is the Lord. The greatest blessing is not what I possess, but to whom I belong. That is why today, before any gift, I celebrate the blessing of having God as God.
The psalmist repeats happy, but corrects where it points. Not happiness in having things, my soul in you appoints. Happy is the people whose God is the Lord, oh Lord. Not what I own, but whose I am. My soul in you is your core. The greatest blessing is not what I have, but whose I am. To belong to you, oh God, my soul to you I am. Happy is the people whose God is the Lord. Blessed is the one who is his. The greatest blessing is having you. My soul in you is what is. Not what I own makes me happy, but the one to whom I belong. Happy is the people whose God is the Lord. My life in you is my song.
Happy is that people that is in such a case. The happiness of having God includes also all the other blessings. The psalm does not despise the full barns nor the peace in the streets. It mentions them, but puts them in their place under the happiness of having God. That is why having God as God does not cancel the other blessings, but orders them, placing them beneath the greatest of all. Because the soul whose God is the Lord receives the material blessings too in their right place. Since, having God, everything else finds its meaning, and the good things of life are enjoyed better when they are not the center, but gifts of the God who is already its own.
Our barns full, affording all manner of store, our sheep bringing forth thousands. Let there be no breaking in, no going out. My soul in you abounds. grown up, no complaining in our streets. My soul in you is my cup. Happy is the people whose God is the Lord. Blessed is the one who is his. The greatest blessing is having you. My soul in you is what is. Not what I own makes me happy, but the one to whom I belong. Happy is the people whose God is the Lord. My life in you is my song.
Happy is that people whose God is the Lord. Having God is a blessing no one can take from me. The barns may empty, the cattle be lost, the peace be broken, but having God as God remains when all else fails. That is why this is the most secure blessing of all, for it depends not on circumstances, but on the God who does not change. Because the soul whose God is the Lord possesses a happiness no setback can snatch away. Since even if it loses all the rest, it still has the greatest, God himself as its God. And that blessing remains when all the others have gone.
Happy is the people
Whose God is the Lord today.
Happy is the people whose God is the Lord. Blessed is the one who is his. The greatest blessing is having you. My soul in you is what is. Not what I own makes me happy, but the one to whom I belong. Happy is the people whose God is the Lord. My life in you is my song.
The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace. The whole psalm describes the voice of God as a mighty storm. It thunders over the waters, breaks the cedars, shakes the wilderness. But after all that force, it ends with something gentle. The Lord will bless his people with peace. The same God whose power shakes creation gives to his people the serene gift of peace. That is why today I receive from his mighty hand the blessing of his peace.
The song describes your voice as a storm, O God. It thunders over the waters. My soul in you is your rock. The Lord gives strength to his people and blesses them with peace. After all that force, the gentle, my soul in you finds peace. The same God whose power shakes the creation gives his people serene peace. My soul to you is my station. The Lord blesses his people with peace and gives them strength, oh God, from your mighty hand, the peace
soul in you is your rock. After all the force of your voice, you give your people the gift serene. The Lord blesses his people with peace. My life in you is my scream.
The voice of the Lord is upon the waters. The God of glory thunders. The peace I receive comes from the same God whose voice rules the waters. The psalm shows that the voice of God reigns over the waters in the storm, and that mighty God is the one who gives me peace. That is why the peace I receive is not fragile nor naive, but the peace of the one who has power over all that frightens me. Because the soul that receives the peace of God does not receive a calm that ignores the storm, but the peace of a God whose voice governs the waters, so that its peace rests in knowing that the same one who thunders over the chaos is the one who calms it.
The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The Lord breaks the cedars. My soul in you is your story. The Lord sat upon the flood. The Lord sits as king forever. The Lord gives strength to his people. My soul in you will not sever. The Lord blesses his people with peace and gives them strength, oh God. From your mighty hand, the peace. My soul in you is your rock. After all the force of your voice, you give your people the gift serene. The Lord blesses his people with peace. My life in you is my scream. The Lord sits as king forever. The Lord will give strength unto his people. The peace I receive springs from a God enthroned as king forever. The psalm says that after the flood the Lord sat as eternal king. From that firm throne he gives strength and peace to his people. That is why the peace I receive is no passing carelessness, but the fruit of the sure reign of a God who sits as king. Because the soul that receives the peace of God receives it from a king who reigns forever, and so its peace is as firm as his throne, since the same God who sat as king over the flood gives to his own strength and peace that do not end. The Lord blesses his
people
with peace.
today.
The Lord blesses his people with peace and gives them strength, oh God. From your mighty hand, the peace. My soul in you is your rod. After all the force of your voice, you give your people the gift serene. The Lord blesses his people with
free.
For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. The psalm speaks of the beauty of brothers who live in unity. And at the end, it points to a precise place. There, where there is unity, is where the Lord commands His blessing. The blessing does not fall just anywhere by chance. It descends where the brothers dwell together in harmony. That is why receiving the blessing of God has to do with how I live with others. There, where there is unity, the Lord commands the blessing.
The psalm speaks of the beauty of brothers in unity and points to a precise place. My soul in you is community. There the Lord commands the blessing, even life forever, oh God. Where there is unity, it descends. My soul in you is your eye. It falls not just anywhere by chance, oh Lord. It descends where there is harmony. My soul to you is your call. It descends. My soul in you is your rod. The blessing falls not by chance, but where the brothers unite, there the Lord commands the blessing. My life in you is the light.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. The blessing God sends flourishes where the brothers dwell in harmony. The psalm marvels at how good and pleasant unity is. And from that unity springs the place where God commands His blessing. That is why receiving the blessing of God is not only a private matter, but is bound up with living in peace and unity with others. Because the soul that seeks to receive the blessing of God learns to guard unity with its brothers. Since it is there, where the brothers dwell together in harmony, that the Lord has promised to command His blessing and the life that never ends. It is like the precious oil upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down. My soul in you is endeared.
Down to the edge of his garments, as the dew of Hermon that descended upon the mountains of Zion. My soul in you is my sermon. There the Lord commands the blessing, even life forever, oh God. Where there is unity, it descends. My soul in you is your rod.
in you is the light.
As the dew of Hermon that descended upon the mountains of Zion, the blessing God sends descends soft and fresh like dew. The psalm compares the blessing of unity to the dew of Hermon, something that comes down from the sky, quiet, refreshing, giving life. That is why receiving the blessing of God, where there is unity, is like receiving dew. A freshness that descends from on high upon the life shared in common. Because the soul that lives in unity with its brothers receives a blessing that comes down like dew from the sky, soft and constant, refreshing each morning the life they share. For there, in unity, is where God sends His blessing. There the Lord commands the blessing. Today,
There the Lord commands the blessing,
There the Lord,
even life forever, oh God.
even life.
Where there is unity, it descends. My soul in you is your rod. The blessing falls not by chance, but where the brothers unite, there the Lord commands the blessing. My life in you is the light.
He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. The psalm asks a question: who shall ascend the hill of the Lord? And it answers, the one with clean hands and a pure heart. From that ascending springs a promise: he shall receive the blessing from the Lord. Receiving the blessing of God is not automatic nor magical. It is bound to drawing near to Him with clean hands and a pure heart. That is why today I prepare myself to receive. For the one with clean hands shall receive blessing from the Lord.
The psalm asks a question: who shall ascend, O God? The one with clean hands answers, my soul in you is your rod.
He shall receive blessing from the Lord,
And righteousness
from His salvation.
from that ascending a promise.
My soul in you is my elation.
It is not automatic nor magic to receive your blessing. I draw near with clean hands, my soul to you confessing. He shall receive blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of salvation. The one with clean hands draws near, my soul in you is my elation. I prepare myself to receive. With a pure heart I draw near. He shall receive blessing from the Lord. My life in you is clear.
Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord?
or who shall stand in his holy place? Receiving the blessing begins with ascending the hill of God. The psalm asks, who may ascend to the presence of God? And to that one who ascends clean and pure, it promises blessing. That is why receiving the blessing of God is bound to seeking his presence, to ascending his hill instead of staying far off in the valley. Because the soul that wants to receive the blessing of the Lord draws near to his presence with reverence, ascending his hill with clean hands and a pure heart. For it is there, in his holy place, that one receives the blessing that comes from him.
That has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted his soul to vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. My soul in you is my verity.
This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek your face. Lift up your heads, O gates.
My soul in you is your grace. He shall receive blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of salvation. The one with clean hands draws near. My soul in you is my I prepare myself to receive. With a pure heart I draw near. He shall receive blessing from the Lord. My life in you is clear.
This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek your face. Those who receive blessing are the ones who seek the face of God. The psalm describes a whole generation that seeks God. They seek not first his gifts, but his face itself. That is why receiving the blessing of God springs from seeking him before his gifts. For to the one who seeks his face, God gives his blessing as well. Because the soul that belongs to the generation that seeks God does not run after the blessing, but after the face of God, and in seeking him receives, without chasing it, the blessing and the righteousness of the God of its salvation.
He shall receive
blessing from the Lord today.
He shall receive blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of salvation. The one with clean hands answers. My soul in you is your rod. The psalm asks a question, who shall ascend the hill of the Lord? And it answers, the one with clean hands and a pure heart. From that ascending springs a promise, he shall receive the blessing from the Lord. Receiving the blessing of God is not automatic nor magical. It is bound to draw you.
Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. There is a beautiful promise, but with an order that matters. First delight in the Lord, then He gives what your heart asks. It is not about using God to get my desires. It is about delighting in Him so much that my desires align with His. And to that heart which delights in God, He grants its requests. That is why today I seek first to delight in You. And I trust that You will give the desires of my heart.
A beautiful promise, but with an order that matters. Delight first in God, my soul in You never shatters.
Delight yourself in the Lord, and He gives what your heart asks. Not to use God, but to love Him.
My soul in You is my task, that my desires align with Yours, O Lord. Delighting in You first, my soul to You is Your call. He will give you the desires of your heart. Delight yourself first in the Lord. My desires align with Yours. My soul in You is restored. I use not God for my ends, I delight in Him first. He will give you the desires of your heart. My life in You is my thirst.
Commit your way unto the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Receiving the heart's desires is joined to committing my way to God. The psalm does not say solve it yourself and then ask. It says commit your way, trust, and He shall bring it to pass. That is why receiving what my heart longs for passes through letting go of control, through placing my way in the hands of God and trusting that He will work. Because the soul that delights in God and commits its way to Him does not force things with anxiety, but trusts and rests, knowing that the one in whom it delights will do what is best and will grant, in His time, the desires of its heart.
He shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait for Him. My soul in You is my way.
Wait on Him, fret not yourself, because of him who prospers in his way.
Cease from anger, forsake wrath. My soul in You I will stay. He will give you the desires of your heart. Delight yourself first in the Lord. My desires align with Yours. My soul in You is restored.
not God for my ends, I delight in Him first. He will give you the desires of your heart. My life in you is my thirst.
Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Receiving the heart's desires includes waiting in silence before God. The psalm calls to rest and wait instead of fretting. Receiving from God asks for patience and rest, not anxious haste. That is why receiving what my heart longs for is not always immediate. Sometimes it requires waiting in silence, trusting before the Lord. Because the soul that delights in God and waits for Him does not demand answers by force, but rests, trusts, and waits, knowing that the God in whom it delights will grant it, at the right moment, the desires of its heart.
He will give
The desires
of your
heart today.
He will give you the desires of your heart. Delight yourself first in the Lord. My desires align with yours. My soul in you is restored. I use not God for my ends, I delight in Him first. He will give you the desires of your heart. My life in you is my thirst.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. The psalmist ends his best-known psalm with a certainty: goodness and mercy shall follow me. He does not say perhaps, but surely, not for a time, but all the days. Imagine two companions, goodness and mercy, walking behind me wherever I go, never leaving me. That is why, whenever I look back, I will see them following me. For surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me.
The psalmist ends his song with a certainty, O God, goodness and mercy follow. My soul in you is your art. Surely they shall follow me all the days of my life. Not perhaps, but for sure, my soul in you past strife. Two companions follow me wherever I may go. Goodness and mercy behind my soul, to you I show. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Not perhaps, but surely, my soul in you past strife. Whenever I look behind me, I will see them always following. Goodness and mercy shall follow me. My life in you is flowing.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The blessing that follows me springs from having the Lord as shepherd. The psalm begins declaring that the Lord is the shepherd who lets nothing lack. From that shepherd's care springs the goodness and mercy that follow me. That is why receiving this accompanying blessing begins with letting myself be shepherded, with acknowledging that the Lord is my shepherd, and that with him I lack nothing. Because the soul that has the Lord as shepherd does not walk alone through life, but followed closely by goodness and mercy, since the same shepherd who guides it ahead makes behind it go always his goodness and his grace.
He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul in you like daughters. He leads me in paths of righteousness. Though I walk through the valley of shadow, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. My soul in you is my meadow. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Perhaps, but surely my soul in you has strife. Whenever I look behind me, I will see them always following. Goodness and mercy shall follow me. My life in you is flowing.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The blessing that follows me leads to dwelling forever with God. Goodness and mercy do not follow me to nowhere. They follow me to the house of the Lord, where I will dwell forever. That is why receiving this accompanying blessing has a destination, for it leads me, step by step, toward the eternal presence of God. Because the soul that goodness and mercy follow does not drift through life, but is led toward the house of the Lord, where those two companions will deliver it, so that it may dwell with its shepherd forever, there where the blessing is no longer followed, but possessed. Goodness and mercy shall follow me today.
Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
Not perhaps, but surely my soul in you past strife. Whenever I look behind me, I will see them always following. Goodness and mercy shall follow me. My life in you is flowing.
The Lord that made heaven and earth bless you out of Zion. I close this album with the blessing that frames it all. May the Lord who made heaven and earth bless you. Across 18 songs I have learned to receive His mercy, His provision, His peace, His goodness laid up. And it all comes from the same place, from the God who made the heaven under which I live. The same hand that stretched the firmament reaches out to bless me. That is why, under God's heaven, I open my hands and receive. For from on high, the one who made the heavens blesses me.
I close the album with the blessing that frames it, oh God. The one who made the heavens blesses my soul. In you is your rod. The Lord that made heaven and earth bless you out of Zion. The hand that stretched the sky, my soul in you is my Zion. Under God's heaven I open my hands and receive, oh Lord. From on high He blesses me. My soul to you is your cord.
Under God's heaven I receive His blessing from the one who made heaven and earth.
The hand that stretched the sky blesses me. My soul in you is His word.
Receive His blessing, my life in you will not die.
Behold, bless the Lord, all you servants of the Lord, who by night stand in the house of the Lord. Receiving the blessing of God goes hand in hand with blessing Him. The psalm, before asking for blessing, calls the servants to bless the Lord. Receiving and giving blessing are intertwined. Across the album I have learned to receive, but also to praise. For the one who receives the blessing of God responds by blessing His name. Because the soul that lives under God's heaven, receiving His goodness, does not only extend its hands to receive, but lifts them to bless the Lord, so that receiving His blessing and blessing Him become a single movement of the grateful heart.
Lift up your hands to the sanctuary and bless the Lord. Bless you out of Zion. My soul in you is restored. The one who made heaven and earth, great is His blessing upon me. His favor descends. My soul in you is my blessing. under God's heaven. My soul in you I believe.
Under God's heaven I receive His blessing from the one who made heaven and earth.
The hand that stretched the sky blesses me. My soul in you is His worth. I learn to receive each day what descends from on high. Under God's heaven I receive His blessing. My life in you will not die.
The Lord that made heaven and earth bless you out of Zion. Receiving the blessing of God ends looking to the Maker of heaven. The psalm closes wishing that the God who made heaven and earth bless me. So closes this album with eyes lifted on high. That is why the end of these 18 songs is no final period, but open hands, receiving from the God under whose heaven I live. Because the soul that has learned to receive the blessings of God knows that each day new ones will reach it from on high. Since the same God who made the heavens and the earth does not cease to bless His own, and as long as it lives under His heaven, it will keep receiving out of Zion the blessing of its Maker.